Hello there, Internet. I'm Jordan Max Extreme.
And I'm Ghost Hunter Dave.
Together, we are IMPERIUS REX.
That's right, and we are on our second part of our Sin City extravaganza here.
That's right.
Technically our third part of our Miller Time thing. Who knows how long this is going to last?
I don't know.
So, last episode, we explained this.
Yes.
Yeah. And then we dived into Sin City books 1, 2, and 3.
Yep.
Now we're going to finish it off with 4, 5, 6, and 7.
Yeah.
Don't worry, 2 of them are short.
Yep.
The other 2 very long. So we've cracked open our brews. This episode, Drop Dead Blonde, seemed fitting. And let's open it up, Troy.
Sure. So the Yellow Bastard, Dave.
Yes.
Is one of my favorite stories that they incorporate in the first movie, but it damn sure is the darkest story, I think, in all of Sin City.
Most definitely.
Dealing with, like, child molestation and more
murder.
Less,
Yeah.
like, worse things.
Yeah.
And also kind of it's kind of like an odd, uncomfortable ending, too, where, like, Nancy and Hartigan, it's kind of like a weird one-sided love interest where the age gap is very extreme.
Very apparent.
Yeah.
I've got issues with the ending, but let's
start at the beginning.
Yeah, let's get there. All right.
Okay.
So, what's the synopsis of the Yellow Bastard?
So this one spans the most time, and it starts with a little girl named Nancy getting, like, abducted by a Rourke boy.
Yep.
And
Piece of shit family.
Always
get those
rearing their
Rourkes
ugly
out of
heads.
there.
Yeah, yeah. And he has abducted this little girl, and he's hot on his tracks.
Hartigan.
Is Hartigan.
Yes.
And he's tracked him down to the docks, and he is got him dead to rights, and not only rescues Nancy, but mutilates this Rourke kid so he will never harm another kid again.
Blows his dick off with a gun.
Yes. Well, don't say blows, dresses that. But then he also gets his comeuppance as well, because his partner turns on him.
Bob.
Yeah, Bob. What a goon.
Fills him full of lead.
Yeah.
And in typical Frank Miller fashion, like 9 bullets. And he's still ticking.
Somehow still ticking, even though he's a day away from retirement.
And he has a heart condition. He's got a big fat steak waiting for him at home.
Yeah, I love it. Anytime they do that in anything, I'm like, I love this.
I do.
I know it's so cheesy, but I love it.
Just a day away from retirement. Yeah. And Bruce Willis playing this character in the movie's pitch perfect, too.
Pitch perfect.
It seems like one that he actually cared about.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Yeah.
Before he just started not caring and being Bruce Willis.
Yeah. He's still Bruce Willis, but he just cares a little more. He's Bruce Willis, and he cares.
That's right.
So this is one of the longest in the series.
Yeah.
Because as you said, it spans all over the place. So he gets shot up, and then what happens?
Well, then he gets healed up a little bit, but then put into the slammer.
Yeah.
For 9 years or something like that.
Yeah.
And then the whole time he is getting letters written to him by Nancy.
The girl he saved.
Yeah.
Nancy Callahan, 11 years old.
You only hear that 100,000 million times. So far, she's safe. She never gives herself away in the letters.
Yeah.
And whatnot. He ends up getting sprung, and then he, like, confesses.
Well, he tries to track her down, and he knows the only way to get out is to confess to everything.
Right.
And they let him out on parole for some reason.
Which is very odd.
But it's just to track down Nancy, because he's been sent a finger of a girl that looks to be Nancy's.
Yes.
And he's got to go and save her. Because he's, like, ultimately the most selfless person in this entire Sin City series.
He is one of maybe 2 characters in this that aren't complete shitheads.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say that.
But, so he eventually does track down Nancy, and then, to my surprise, when I was seeing Sin City the first time, it ends up being Jessica Alba on stage.
Right. Yeah.
But I like that Jessica Alba also... Jessica Alba. I like that Nancy, Jessica Alba,
right,
is like also kind of a pure character as well. You don't get to know a lot about... This is the most you get to know about her.
Yeah.
But she's just known as like this... Almost as goddess that's on stage that everyone is just infatuated with.
I think every woman in Sin City is referred to as a goddess at some point, right?
But if it's got to be anybody over everybody...
It's Nancy.
It's Nancy.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't until A Dame to Kill For, the movie, which they... throw in an extra scene or an extra yarn where that has her in it that I think kind of ruins the character a little bit. It doesn't keep her as pure.
Yeah.
And we'll get into that maybe later. Hardigan
tracks her down,
finds out that she's this dancer on stage.
Yep. She grew up. She filled out.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then realizes it was a trick to get him there to track down Nancy. Turns and sees that yellow bastard. That stinky
How many times do they say he reeks? Say he smells like bad food? Is that a phrase?
I don't know.
Is that something that you would equate a smell to?
I also like the way he's drawn, because he's drawn like cartoonishly like evil. But he also looks like he's wearing these catcher's mitts, some gloves on his hands. Which, when I rewatched the movie, he's got these big fucking gloves on, which I'm like, yes! I, for whatever reason, really love that.
I noted that compared to the drinks the people in Sin City take, their hands are just mitts. And maybe, like, I understand a lot of times it's a shot glass, but, like, it looks like a thimble when they're drinking these things.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Hardigan gets his act together, gets Nancy out of there. They go on the run. Evade the yellow bastard, but then eventually he one-ups him, captures her, drags her away. Hardigan says, "Don't let him hear you scream."
Yep, that's how he gets off.
As he's like fondling her, as he's holding her there. It's very weird.
Yeah.
And then Hardigan escapes from the death trap, the Batman 66-esque death trap that he leaves him in, hanging naked from a noose. He gets out, glass. You know how it is.
That's simple stuff.
Yep. Tracks him down to the farm. Not the first appearance of the farm. It actually rears its head in The Hard Goodbye. I love the farm.
Me too. I like it a lot.
That Basin City, this pit of corruption, is not anywhere near as bad as this rural, idealistic farm out in the middle of nowhere that, like, everyone knows to steer clear of. They don't know what happens there, but something bad.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gross. And it's all... they make mention to it almost in every book, too. It doesn't play a part in every book, but they make sure to mention it.
Yeah, old Kevin. Cannibal Kevin.
Sicko.
Eating people, getting his head cut off.
Put me off Frodo for a while.
Yeah. Oh, man. So Bruce Hardigan tracks him down, wipes out a couple guards, and then slays the beast, the yellow bastard. Yep. Saves Nancy. Says, like, we're good to go. You get out of here. Take your car. I'll be right behind you. What happens?
Blows his brains out.
Fuckhead. I hate the ending of The Yellow Bastard. Yeah. I think it's bullshit.
I forgot what the ending was until I went back and revisited it. I don't hate it as much as you do. I think it makes sense. In Hardigan's mind, it makes sense. But it doesn't really...
I get it, but I think it's dumb. Yeah. It's, like, in his mind, I see that Rourke is after Hardigan, and he'll use Nancy to get to him. Yeah. So Hardigan just kills himself. Yeah. You've left Nancy unprotected, you know? Yeah. Because, like, of course, if he can't kill you, he's gonna kill Nancy. She's just as in the mix as the rest of them. Yeah. I think it's bullshit. I think it's this, like, weird way out for him. And I'm not saying anything about suicide. I'm just saying, like, for his character, after spending 9 years in jail, to just kill himself because he thinks that's the best way to protect her. No. Yeah. I don't like it.
I see your point. I don't hate that ending, but I do get it. I
get where I'm going? Yeah. Cover up the ball sack as I put this back. On that segue. How about him getting his balls ripped off?
I love that.
I do too. It's one of my favorite parts.
Because it revisits the scene from the before where he takes away his weapons. Both of them.
Yeah.
And this time he just takes a handful of his dick and rips it right off.
Oh my god. That
In
is
the movie,
so
that
great.
looks so visceral.
Like there's strings and like springs attached to it. It really looks like they just set him up with a dick dummy and just let him go to town. I love that too.
Yeah.
My only complaint is in the book where he proceeds to pummel him into the floorboards. It's like, it's one panel, essentially, of him just beating the shit out of his face until it's mush. And he's saying like 8 long years as he's going. I think the movie did it better because like that. The way Miller lays out his books, that should be like 12 panels. It should be like 2-page spreads of him just beating this guy into nothing, into paste.
Even if they did like what Otley does sometimes when there's that 2-page spread of like the headbutts to conquest and it's just like
boom, boom, boom. Yes.
That'd be amazing.
I know, like this is the longest book at this point, and you've read it, and this is like all this aggression coming out, and I felt like just stretch that out, man. Like make it this cathartic, just violent as hell thing where he's just pummeling him to paste.
Yeah.
But it's like one panel. I'm like, oh man, I wanted more.
Yeah.
But he gets his revenge. He beats his head into nothing. And it's wonderful.
Right. There is a few pages in this I love. Like when Hartigan is going to the farm where he knows Nancy is. There's a few like splash pages leading up to it where it's just like the stark white and him in the snow and leading up to the barn. I'm like, these are simple, awesome pages.
Like
and
gallery pages.
And it like not only are they awesome looking, but it like leads you up into this big grand finale.
Yeah.
Like, this is where I'm going, and now it's getting right to the like whole like action of the piece. Which
Absolutely.
is art completely complements.
Yeah, I love the pacing of this when he gets to the farm. It just like everything slows down and it's like these 2-page spreads of him like walking into the barn and knocking off a couple cops here and there, but it like definitely slows down at that point and gets this big scope of this wide open area.
Yeah.
Where before that this book felt very like claustrophobic. For one, he's in prison for a lot of it. Yeah. Or the docks or the bar. And that's essentially it. Yeah. So by the time you get to the farm, it's like this big open area. And he's just like going into this castle, essentially. Yeah. Overall, this is a pretty solid one. This one is so repetitious, however. Yeah. And there's a lot of moments where it's just people like talking at Hartigan, telling him like, confess, play along with us. And it just goes on forever. Yeah. Like, I get it. It could have been like 1 page. Yeah. And it might be 3. Yeah. That gets a little tiring. The other weird qualm, as you mentioned earlier, the age discrepancy between Nancy and Hartigan makes it kind of a tough pill to swallow. Yeah. Granted, like, Hartigan, like, pushes her off. For a while. Well, he never completely follows through. Yeah. And it's just that, and it's like, almost like an infatuation that Nancy has. Like, it's the only man that's really, like, been in her life. Yeah, it's more like a misplaced appreciation. Yeah. But she's had a rough time, so I get it. The already uncomfortable nature of this story, it's still, like, just another thing to pile on. It's like, and she kind of likes this weird man who's 50 years older than him. Yeah, he's 70. Is that it? Something like that. And she's 19. Yeah. Yeah. Sick. Yeah, it's a little odd. Yeah. How old was Frank Miller when he wrote this? This is another one of those weird... Oh, boy. All right. So, movie adaptation, great. Yep. It cuts it down to the barest essentials. This one probably got the most trimming of any of them. Yeah. But I think it works better, and it still captures the story. The whole gist of it, yep. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, Yellow Bastard, solid. Yep. Really good standalone one. Yeah. Yeah, one of my favorite stories, too. You need another beer? Yeah. You want to grab me a Miller there? Oh! God. No sneaking peeks. How could I miss it? So the next trade on our little jaunt here through Sin City is Family Values. Yes. Kind of an oddball. Yeah, it's weird, and probably my least favorite one. Okay. I get that. Of all of them. It's another Dwight story, which when I saw that, I'm like,
Get out of here, Dwight. But Miho's in this, which I like. But even she is, like, feels different in this a little bit.
There's a visual difference.
Yeah,
we'll get to it.
Okay.
All right.
That's one of the notes I got that made me chuckle.
Yes. All right. Great.
So
what is Family Values? The shortest book.
Yeah. It's kind of just like a little... It
felt like a one-shot. It could have been like 2 issues.
And it wasn't.
No.
It was like, how many issues was it? Like 4 or 5? Maybe?
I don't even know if it was in issues because there's like no discernible...
I think this was a full graphic novel.
Yeah, there's like no breaks in it.
Right.
So it's long for a graphic novel.
Yeah.
But it's still very short compared to the rest of them.
Yeah.
And compared to what happens in it.
Yeah. I mean, I couldn't really even remember what really happens in it. I just remember kind of the action.
So it's kind of a mystery where Dwight and Miho are investigating a murder that took place, and they're kind of like shaking down these thugs to figure out who's responsible for killing a random passerby in a murder. Ooh, we got a lot of head on that one. Head, another one of these bad words that we don't say right now. But yeah, it could be done in 50 pages, and it's probably like 150
maybe.
Yeah. One in particular, Miho fights the guy for 20 pages.
Yeah.
And she just beats the shit out of him for 20 pages.
Right.
It could be like 3.
Yeah.
I guess he had to fill pages in this one. But I didn't hate this, especially coming off of Yellow Bastard, which felt really repetitious. This one was like a breeze to get through.
It was a breeze to get through, yeah.
But I remember when I first read it, I did not like it.
Yeah.
The second read through, it was kind of refreshing in the fact that it was so light.
Okay.
But it probably is the weakest of the series other than the short stories.
Yeah. Yeah. The one thing is, when I first cracked this one open, this was the trade where I felt like his art style drastically changed. This was the one where I feel like it gets into like his loose, sketchy art, where it's kind of like Dark Knight Strikes Again kind of look. And it's like, I don't really like that style.
No.
And like it looks like he's trying to cram more in a panel where before it was a lot more simple and like stylized. Yeah. Where he's trying to like throw detail on top of it, and I just am not into it as much.
No. So we'll talk about Miho.
Yeah.
What is up with Miho?
I don't know. It looks like she's wearing a Chinese takeout container on her head.
Okay, that's not what I was gonna say. I didn't mind her weird mask. I thought it was weird that she has no shading to her.
Oh yeah.
She's completely white with just line art. Everyone else, is in shadow. They got long black patches on them. She is never colored or never shadowed. She's almost like this weird, like angelic light. Yeah. Where she's just like line art, and that's it. No depth. Yeah. I thought that was a really weird choice, because she was not like that in the other ones.
I thought it was a weird choice. She's also wearing rollerblades.
Yes. Yes.
Not quite a stealthy choice of footwear.
No, and she's like hopping off buildings and all that shit.
She'd be clacking all over the place.
Oh my god.
Things.
Oh, if she went to like a skate station, they'd make her take those wheels off. They'd have to rotate them. You can't get on the skate floor with those. You're going to scratch the hell out of it.
You can't go from outdoor skates to indoors? Are
no.
you kidding me?
You might as well just pay the couple dollars, rent the skates. They're good to go. You turn them back in. You're not lugging your skates around.
That's true. Not everyone needs that.
What are we talking about again?
Miho, I think.
Okay. All right. So I just threw out some notes on this one because like the story is so simple. Yeah. First up, Dwight's furry coat. It's like Frank Miller spent all of his time detailing the individual furriness of Dwight's coat in this. It's like he took the place of Marv, who loves a good coat.
It's a damn fine coat.
Yeah, he's got a hell of a furry coat in this. Just thought it was a stylistic and odd choice. Must have taken a lot of time.
Well, that's
all
why...
those fibers. Yeah.
Miho, that's why the Miho's so stark.
She
took all that time drawing that coat.
That's right. There was some more, like, groan-inducing dialogue in this one. Yeah. Like, when Dwight is being kind of held captive. Yeah. And they're like, he's kind of joshing him, and the killer's like, "You're killing me, you're killing me," and he's like, "Not yet, I'm not."
Yeah, it's like,
and it just goes on and on. It's like,
that goes on for a long time.
Yeah, not yet. She's not.
Long time.
I'm dying here. Not yet. You're not.
It's like,
we get it.
Shut
Frank.
up, Dwight.
That is a terrible joke, and you've just run it into the ground.
I wouldn't be surprised if he literally did that like 15 times.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even an exaggeration. 15 times is way too many.
Yes. Yeah.
It really is.
Oh my god. I feel like this one gave more characterization to Dwight than any of the other ones, particularly in one scene where he romanticizes information out of this nasty bar slut.
Oh, yeah?
Where he kind of sweet talks her, and she's this old, just this mess at the bar, and he buys her a drink, and then he like kisses her and all this stuff, and she's like, "You don't have to do this," and he's like, "No, I do," and he kind of makes out with her for a while, and then she gives him the information he needs, and it's like he just feels bad for her, but
I like
with good reason, but like that was more personality out of Dwight than anything we've gotten before that. I feel like
I also like that bar slut shows up again.
Oh yeah,
and people literally call her gross.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, she's a mess.
Yeah.
She's just awful. But Dwight, he played along. He gave her a good time.
So I know, I brought up the art changing a lot. This also, Yellow Bastard excluded. This is where he tries to like, or not, Frank Miller like exaggerates more of like anatomy. Yeah. Because that bartender has a
the big nose.
He's got a beak on that guy like I've never seen before.
I couldn't remember which one that was in. It's this one, isn't it?
It's this one.
With that big cock on his face.
Still, language day.
I'm sorry. Yeah. That was distracting. It's just too much.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
I have no idea.
All right. So, I don't know. Is there anything else on this?
I got really nothing else for this one.
No. Family values, like, it's... Don't read this first if you're going to read some Sin City.
No.
Like, you know, it's like a short story. You know, it's a little extra, but it is not... It's not essential.
No.
By any means.
Not at all.
I could, however, see it if they ever did a third... movie, God willing. They won't. It made no money. The second one made no money. I could see this being like a 20-minute short.
Yeah.
To get Dwight back in there again under another casting.
Yeah.
Or different actor, I guess.
And Miho under another casting.
Yeah.
She was different in the movies too.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fine. Just a short little thing.
Yeah.
All right. One more.
Two more actually.
Two more. I don't have much for the next... Oh, no, maybe I do.
I like some of these, like when I made notes, you could tell I was drunk. Because I'm just like asking questions to myself.
My balls hanging out.
I hope not.
Oh yeah.
I won't tell you if they are, Dave.
Alright.